Alright people, what it is, it's I Grind Yu-Gi-Oh! We are back with another video, and this time we have a first place Fiendsmith Labrynth deck profile. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, make sure y'all share the videos, and let's get into the deck profile. So I'm glad we have a new meta change up, new ban list, everything, so everything is fresh. But this time we have a 43 card main deck, and for the first card we play Lovely Labrynth of the Silver Castle. First, your opponent can activate monster effects in response to the activation of your normal trap cards. You can only use each of the following effects of Lovely Labrynth of the Silver Castle once per turn. You can target one normal trap in your graveyard, set it to your field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, except during damage step, you can destroy one card in your opponent's hand at random or the field. So let's get to the next card. Next card we play Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle. While you control a set card, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle once per turn. If a Labrynth card or effect or normal trap card was activated this turn, except Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. When a normal trap card is activated, quick effect, you can set one normal trap with a different name directly from your deck. Very, very crazy effect. Wow. 3 Ariana, the Labrynth Servant. If this card is normal special summon, you can add one Labrynth card from your deck to your hand, except Ariana, the Labrynth, the Labrynth Servant. If another monster leaves the field by normal trap effect, except during the damage step, you can draw one card. Then you can apply this effect. From your hand, either special summon one fiend monster or set one spell/trap. You can only use one Ariana, the Labrynth Servant effect per turn, and only once that turn. So play 3 of those. 3 Areas, the Labrynth Butler. During the main phase quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special summon one Labrynth monster, or set one normal trap from your hand. The set normal trap can be activated this turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to your card or effect activation of a normal trap or a Labrynth card, except Areas, the Labrynth Butler, quick effect, you activate this effect in the graveyard. Special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Areas, the Labrynth Butler, once per turn. Then we play 3 Labrynth Stovey Torby. Quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and discard one card. Set one Labrynth spell/trap from your hand or deck. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card is in your graveyard, except during damage step, you can special summon this card. You can only use each of the following effects of Labrynth Stovey Torby once per turn. Then we play 3 Labrynth Chandelier. Quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard and discard one card. Set one Labrynth spell/trap from your hand or deck. If a monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect while this card is in the graveyard, except during damage step, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Labrynth Chandelier once per turn. Then we have 1 Labrynth Kuklok. Quick effect, you can discard this card. This turn, you can activate one normal trap card that was set this turn. If you control a Labrynth monster, if a card is sent from your hand to the graveyard to activate your normal trap card or Labrynth card or effect, except Labrynth Kuklok, while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand or special summon. You can only use each effect of Labrynth Kuklok once per turn. Then we have the Engraver Engine, which is Fiendsmith Engine, which is very, very, very crazy. Still very powerful. I mean, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, nobody was talking about this engine, but now it's definitely back, and back better than ever. Definitely went up in price as well. So we have 3 Fiendsmith Engraver. You can discard this card, add one Fiendsmith spell/trap from your deck to your hand. Then you can target one Fiendsmith equip card you control and one monster on the field. Send them to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of the light fiend monster from your graveyard into the deck/extra deck. Special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Fiendsmith Engraver once per turn. Then we play only 1 Labrynth of the Crimson Tears. This card is always treated as a Fiendsmith card. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can send one Fiendsmith card from your deck to the graveyard, except Labrynth. During your opponent's turn, if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can target one Fiendsmith Link monster in your graveyard, shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do special summon that monster, you can only use each effect of Labrynth the Crimson Tears once per turn. Then we play 1 Fabulary. When this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. 3 Nibiru the Primal Being. Then we play 1 Labrynth. If you activate a set Labrynth, welcome Labrynth trap card, while you can add this addition effect to that card's effect as resolution. Also, after that, destroy one card in the field. If you activate a non-Labrynth normal trap, you can special summon one fiend monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use each effect of Labrynth once per turn. yeah, so this card right here definitely creates like a snowball effect that you want to really get it off the field. Target 2 your Labrynth spell/traps that are banished or in your graveyard except Labrynth setup. Shuffle them into the deck. And then if you control a fiend monster, you can set one non-Labrynth trap with different names directly from your deck equal to the number shuffled. You can only activate one Labrynth setup per turn. Then we play one Fiendsmith track, add one Light Fiend monster from your deck to your hand and discard one card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, fusion summon one Fiendsmith fusion monster from your extra deck. Using monsters from your hand or field, you can only use each effect of Fiendsmith track once per turn. Then we play one Call by the Grave. We already know what Call by the Grave does. 3 Welcome Labrynth. Special summon one Labrynth monster from your deck. Also one to the end of the next turn. After this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the deck or extra deck except fiend monsters. If a monster leaves the field by a normal trap effect while this card is in your graveyard except the turn it was set there, you can set this card. You can only use each effect of Welcome Labrynth once per turn. Then we play 3 Big Welcome. Special summon one Labrynth monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Then return one monster you control to the hand. You can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one fiend monster you control. Or if you control a level 8 or higher fiend monster, you can target one card your opponent controls instead. Return this card to the hand. Return that card to the hand. You can only use one Big Welcome Labrynth effect per turn and only once that turn. So pretty good card. We play 3 Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon. Changes as many monsters on the field as possible to face down defense position. Then if either player controls a face-up monster, they must send all face-up monsters they control to the graveyard. Then we play 3 Trap Tricks. Banish one normal trap from your deck except Trap Trick and set one card with the same name directly from your deck. Also, it can be activated this turn. You can only activate one trap card for the rest of this turn after this card resolves. Then we play 3 Torrential Tribute. When a monster is summoned, destroy all monsters on the field. Then we play 2 Transaction Rollback. Pay half your life points to target one normal trap in your opponent's graveyard except Transaction Rollback. This effect becomes that card's activation effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard and pay half your life points, then target one normal trap in your graveyard except Transaction Rollback. This effect becomes that card's activation. You can only use one Transaction Rollback effect per turn and only once that turn. Now let's go to the extra deck. The extra deck, we play 2 Chaos Angel. For this card single summon, you can treat one light or dark monster you control as a tuner. If this card is special summon, you can target one card in the field, banish it. This card gains these effects based on the original attributes of materials used for its synchro summon. Light synchro monsters you control are unaffected by monsters effect activated by your opponent. Dark monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Then we play 1 Lars. While this card has material, your opponent cannot target with monster effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card or just 1 material. If all this card materials are reptiles and or dinosaur, then target one face-up card your opponent controls and engage its effects until the end of this turn. 1 Superstar Sled Typhon. During the turn or turn after your opponent special summon 2 or more monsters from the extra deck, you can also XE summon this card by using one monster you control with the highest attack, your choice of tie. Transfer its materials to this card. If you do, you cannot normal or special summon monster for the rest of the turn. While this XE monster is on the field, neither player can activate the effects of monsters with 3,000 or more attack. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, return 1 monster from the field to the hand. Then we play 1 Wave High King Season, 1 SP Little Knight, 1 Muckracker from the Underworld, 1 Moon of the Closed Heaven, 2 Fiendsmith Requiem, 1 Fiendsmith Sequence, 1 Fiendsmith Agnum Day, 1 Fiendsmith Desiree, and then we play 2 Necro Princess. One monster equipped with a monster card plus 1 fiend monster. Must use such summon for your extra deck by sending the above material from your hand or field to the graveyard. You can only control 1 Necro Princess. If a monster is sent from the field to the graveyard, activate a card or effect, you can activate one of these effects. Equip one of those monsters to this card as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack or draw 1 card. Alright, let's get to the side deck. The side deck, we play 2 more Charming Follows, basically draw power. If your opponent special summons from the deck and or goes into the extra deck, and then more Charming Perillion or more draw power. If your opponent was to summon from hand, every time they draw a card, you draw a card. Dominance Impulse, very, very powerful card. If your opponent controls a card, you can activate this card from your hand. When the card or effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons a monster, negate that effect. Then if you have a trap card trapped in your graveyard, destroy that card. If you activated this card from your hand, you can activate the effect of Light, Earth, and the Wind monster for the rest of this duel. You can only activate 1 Dominance Impulse per turn. Then they play 3 Evenly Matched, 3 Dimensional Barrier, and then 3 Full Force Virus. Tribute 1 dark monster with 2,000 or more defense Look at your opponent's hand, all monsters they control, and cards they draw into the end of the third turn after this card's activation. Destroy all those monsters with 1500 or less defense. So that basically wraps it up for the first place deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share the video. This is your boy Agron Yu-Gi-Oh! We out.